The Extra card helps you build your credit score without the drawbacks that come with traditional credit card products, while still giving you some pretty awesome rewards in the process. But is it too good to be true? Today, let's find out. All right, let's jump right into it. What is going on, everyone? I hope you are all having a fantastic day. So if you're like me, chances are you've seen a few advertisements for the Extra card on social media and other places, and typically I ignore these kinds of ads, but when I saw how unique this particular product is and received so many requests from all of you, I knew it was time that we should definitely review this product. So today let's break down how this all works, the features that it offers, the rewards you can earn, and of course the cost. And before we get into all of that, I do want to clarify that this video is not sponsored by Extra. However, there is an affiliate link down in the description below if you do want to sign up and help support my channel, which I really appreciate. But with all of that out of the way, how in the world does this help you build your credit score without accruing debt? Well, we've looked at some other credit building products in the past, and I'll tell you from the start that this one works in a much different way. When you get your Extra card, they're going to have you link your external checking account to this product. And currently, you are able to use one of over 10,000 select US banks that Extra is compatible with. Then from there, it's really simple. You simply make your purchases as you would with any other debit card product, and then one day after that purchase is made, Extra is simply going to pull that money directly from your bank account in order to cover that transaction. So essentially, Extra is spotting you that money for one business day when you actually swipe your card or buy something online, and then they're just paying themselves back directly from your bank account one day later, which means that from your perspective, this card basically works just like any other debit card. You could also compare it to something like a charge card, where the card holder is unable to actually carry a balance from month to month like you do with a credit card, and instead they are required to pay off that balance every single month. The only difference here is that instead of having 30 days to pay off your balance, it is automatically paid off for you one business day after the purchase is made. Then at the end of the month, Extra is going to report all of those transactions as on-time payments to Equifax and Experian, which are two of the three major credit bureaus. Plus, Extra is currently working with TransUnion to report this information to them as well. And as you are all aware, your on-time payment history is the most important factor when it comes to calculating your credit score. And that means by having Extra report those transactions to the major credit bureaus, this could have a positive impact on your credit score. Plus, unlike similar credit builder products, because your balance is constantly being paid off every business day after you make a transaction, your Extra card can also impact your credit utilization, which is another major variable used in calculating your credit score. But the best part about all of this, and what really separates Extra from a regular credit card, is that your Extra card is pulling real-time balance data from the checking accounts that you have linked, and therefore will not let you spend more money than you actually have in your bank account, which is exactly how a traditional debit card product works. And this may not sound like that big of a deal to some of you, but this is really the beauty of this product, because it gives you the benefits of helping you build your credit score, but keeps you from digging yourself into a hole of debt that can be insurmountable to get yourself out of. Not to mention the fact that your average credit card charges 20% or more in interest on top of the ridiculous fees and penalties, whereas with your Extra card, there are no interest payments because you're not accruing debt of any kind. All right, so this all sounds cool, but how do you get approved? Because there are over 100 million people in the US alone who either don't want a credit card or are not able to get one for one reason or another, meaning that oftentimes these products and the benefits that come with them, if used properly, are out of the reach of millions of people. Well, Extra wanted to change that by making their product widely accessible, meaning you don't even need a credit score in order to qualify, and there's not even a credit check when you apply. That being said, there are some standard requirements that apply to most financial accounts here in the US, such as you have to be 18 years or older, you have to have either a social security number or ITIN number, you obviously have to have a US address where you can have your Extra card sent to, and then of course you'll also need an iOS device in order to use the Extra mobile app. And then from there, as long as you have a valid bank account that you can link to your Extra card, you are good to go and shouldn't have any problem qualifying for this product. All right, so most credit building products stop there and just are meant to help you build your credit score. But Extra wanted to take it a step further and actually offers some pretty great rewards and benefits as well. But before we get to that, let's talk about the two different versions of the Extra card and the cost associated with each. So first, we've got Extra Credit Building, which is all of the features that we just talked about, and that costs either $8 per month, or you can pay for the entire year upfront and get a slight discount at $84 for the entire year. However, they also have Extra Credit Building and Rewards that cost either $12 per month or $108 for the whole year, and you guessed it, comes with rewards on top of all of the benefits that we just talked about on the credit building side of things. So I'll circle back in a second and talk more about these prices with the Extra Rewards program, but you're going to earn 10 rewards points for every $1 that you spend. Now that sounds pretty awesome if you're familiar with standard credit card reward systems. However, in this case, the 10 points is only worth 1 cent, which is basically a really confusing way of saying that you're getting 1% cashback equivalent on all of your purchases if you are redeeming your points for that max value. Now, one thing that is important to mention here is that you aren't able to redeem your points directly for cash back as you would with some other credit card products, for example. Instead, these points can only be used and redeemed within the Extra Rewards store and can be used towards anything from AirPods to gift cards and a ton of other cool items. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of this because I know that most people would rather just take the direct cash back, and I fear that some people might step in the trap of spending more money on something just to get some extra points and earn a reward. So what I'll say to this is just make sure that you are being really responsible, and obviously you never want to buy something on the Extra card or any other rewards card for that matter just for the sake of getting points, because you and I both know that that makes absolutely no sense. That being said, the rewards that they offer are actually pretty cool, and again, you can redeem them for gift cards, so if nothing else, you can just take the gift cards and then use that to supplement a purchase that you're already paying for in your budget. Alright, so $8 per month might be a bummer to some of you, but if you account for the fact that number one, you're not going to be paying any kind of interest or late fees on this card, and number two, it's going to help you build your credit score, which will therefore lower your interest rates in the future and hopefully save you money, $8 per month is actually a pretty small price to pay. For example, the national average APR on a mortgage, if you have a credit score in the low 600s, is 5.185%. However, if you have a credit score in the high 700s, which you could build up using a product like the Extra card, the average interest rate drops to 3.596%. I tell you that because if you account for the difference in interest rate on your average mortgage payment, for example, of let's say $300,000 over a 30-year period, you would save $282 per month on your mortgage payments, and over a 30-year mortgage, you can tell that that is really going to add up a lot just by using the Extra card to build that higher credit score. Now, in terms of whether or not the rewards upgrade is worth the few extra bucks to you, it really all depends on how much money you think you'll spend on this card. But thankfully, the math here is super easy to figure out. So assuming you were paying for the full year and getting that slight discount, just the credit building equates to $7 per month, while the credit building and rewards is only $9 per month. Obviously, that's only a $2 difference per month, meaning since you are earning 1% cash back on your purchases, you would need to spend $200 or more per month on this card, which is pretty realistic for most people, in order to justify the upgrade to the credit building and rewards product. So with all of this in mind, is the Extra card worth it, and does it live up to the hype? For the right consumer, I would say absolutely yes. Without a doubt, the Extra card is a fantastic product that will have many benefits for you. Having bad credit or no credit is actually incredibly expensive because of the higher interest rates that you'll pay when it comes time to borrow money, like we showed you in the previous example. So if you either have no credit score or bad credit history and you're looking to rebuild your credit, but you have difficulty accessing traditional credit card products, then the Extra card is literally the perfect product for you and will more than pay for itself in the amount that you will save by increasing your credit score and therefore lowering your interest rates when you borrow money in the future. Now, if you already have a fantastic credit score, or maybe you're a credit card nerd like myself, then this product isn't necessarily designed for you. But if you do feel like you have problems with overspending and digging yourself into a ton of credit card debt, then regardless of what your credit score is, this is a product that could definitely help fix that problem as well. So the Extra Card definitely gets a thumbs up from me, but as always, I would love to know what you think of this product down in the comment section below. And again, if you do want to sign up for the Extra Card and help support my channel, then there is a link down in the description below where you can sign up. As always, if you did get value out of this content and you want to help support me, the easiest way to do that is by checking out the Extra Card, letting me know what you think of this product down in the comment section, and of course, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this in the future. As always, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it so much. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.